What's up everybody, Josh here, and today I'm going to be doing a video on essential reading for Green Lantern Jessica Cruz. So I'm just making more YouTube videos because I'm just inside and don't have anything else to do, but Jessica Cruz is one of my favorite characters, and a lot of times when I tell people she's my favorite character, or one of my favorite characters, a lot of times they're like, who is that? They don't know anything about her. So obviously if you read comics, you probably already know who she is, but if you're watching this video and really don't know much about the character, and or curious about what you should read to kind of get caught up about the character, that's kind of what I'm going to go into with this video. So basically, all you really need to know about Jessica Cruz going in is that she is a character who, on a hunting trip with her friends, basically saw her friends get murdered, and she has like severe anxiety and like PTSD from that event. So it's kind of interesting seeing how a Green Lantern, well, the whole point of the character is, you know, overcoming fear, at the same time has PTSD and anxiety. So it's a really cool concept. The big reason to why she's my favorite character. So basically, these are just the story arcs in the books I would recommend reading if you want to get into Jessica Cruz. The cool thing is that she was created, I think, in like 2013 or 2014. So nothing she appears in is really that expensive, like at all. I think her most expensive book is probably Justice League 31, and that's like $15. So I mean, you can pretty much get everything you want with Jessica Cruz in it, because she's a new character, so that's nice. So basically, starting off with her first appearance. So most people say Justice League 31 is her first appearance. This is Justice League 30. I consider this her first appearance. Obviously what I think doesn't matter, but most people say 31, even though to me, this is 100% her first appearance. Like you see her whole face. I'm pretty sure she says, like she talks in this issue, there's dialogue. You see her whole, you know, her whole person. I don't get how this isn't her first full appearance, but a lot of people like to consider this or a cameo, so I guess you got to go with what the people say, and they say this is a cameo, so I guess it's a cameo. So this is Justice League number 30. So this is the first time you actually see her talk, and then online, if you look up her first full appearance, this is what's listed as her first full appearance, and this is Justice League 31. So this is, I guess, technically the first full appearance of Jessica Cruz. And basically in this, you'll realize that she's initially a character called Power Ring, or she gets the Power Ring. She doesn't become a Green Lantern until later. So yeah, this story arc, and it ends with, I think 32 is the last issue of the story arc. So it's a 3-issue or 4-issue story arc. I think it's 3 issues. I don't remember off the top of my head, but these are the 2 main issues to have in terms of first appearances for Jessica Cruz. So then we're going to go into Green Lanterns. So after she becomes a Green Lantern, and after the events of the Dark Side War, which I highly recommend reading, Dark Side War is fantastic. And once Rebirth starts and all that stuff, Jessica Cruz is given her own ongoing title, and it's called Green Lanterns. So she works side by side another Green Lantern who was relatively new, named Simon Baz, and it's kind of like a buddy cop comic, and I absolutely love this run. It's really, to me, it feels like a buddy cop book, and Jessica Cruz and Simon Baz, they work really well together. I will say, after issue 50, I think Dan Jurgens takes over at issue 50, and he writes the book until it ends at 57, and the book kind of falls off there. But the first 50 issues with Seeley and Humphreys, Sam Humphreys, and I think it's Tim Seeley or Tom Seeley, those two authors, two writers, when they're on the book's fantastic, and absolutely love it. So if you really want to read a lot about Jessica Cruz, this is the series to start, because this is her first ongoing series. She's also a part of the first run of Rebirth Justice League, so I think from like 2016 to 2018, that run of Rebirth Justice League, but I'm not going to really talk about that a whole lot because that's a team book. She's not the main character, so. Going back to Green Lanterns, this is issue number 44 of Green Lanterns. So when I said earlier, her backstory is known before this issue, but this story arc really highlights her backstory. So starting with issue 44, and I think the issue 44 to 48 is kind of the backstory of Jessica Cruz. And this is a fantastic story arc. Probably my favorite story arc of Green Lanterns, and I love this series. So if you want to read the backstory, pick up Green Lanterns 44 through 48. So going after that, after Green Lanterns ends, she moves to the Justice League Odyssey team. So while this is a Justice League team, there's only 4 people on it. And this is the only book she's currently in right now, so I'm kind of counting it, even though she's not, I guess, quote-unquote, the main character, but she's a main character in this book, so I'm going to count it. And if you want to continue reading about the character, obviously you have to read this. So this is Justice League Odyssey #1. As you see, Darkseid's on the cover. So they're working with Darkseid. At first, the more you read, you realize what's going on. But you'll see that they are working with Darkseid initially. This comic to me feels a lot like Teen Titans for some reason. I guess because Starfire and Cyclops are in it. So I guess that answers my why I think that. But yeah, this is a really good series. The first 5 or so issues are alright. It kind of starts off a little slow. But then I think Venditti takes over. No, I'm sorry, Dan Abnett. Dan Abnett takes over. And ever since Dan Abnett has taken over, the book has been really, really good. So this is Justice League Odyssey #1. I think we're on issue number 19 now. So it's still pretty low. You can hop on that pretty easily. So the last main book I would pick up for Jessica Cruz right now is Justice League Odyssey #12. So this is probably the best issue of Justice League Odyssey so far, in my opinion. It's a great issue, and something major happens in this book, and it's a big deal for the character of Jessica Cruz, in terms of what power she has and where she's going, or what she might be called even going forward from now. This is a really good book to get if you're a Jessica Cruz fan. And the ending, don't worry, it's not like what you think it is. But yeah, this is the last book I would recommend. So yeah, it's just these 5 books I thought I would talk about because I really like the character. And a lot of people, when I say it's my favorite character, have never even heard of her. And like I said, obviously if you're watching this, you probably know who the character is if you're watching comic videos. But on the off chance you don't, these are the comics I would recommend picking up and reading to catch up. And this is the story arcs I would recommend. When it comes to expensive, I think this is the only book that's going to be more. This is the only book that you're going to find more than $10. I'm pretty sure. Maybe this one, maybe for 10. I think this might be like 15. But other than that, you'll be fine. So everything's cheap. You can hop on, and it's a really good read, and it's a really good character. And I guess an honorable mention. I would also recommend watching this. This is a movie, animated movie, Justice League vs. Fatal 5. I think this is the first time we've seen Jessica Cruz in like a movie or anything. Really good movie, especially if you like Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. But yeah, thanks for watching. This was kind of a video I just wanted to do just because I enjoy the character and thought it'd be fun to talk about. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you later.